All right, y'all. Okay, good. Glenn is back. Another episode of Who That Rises Up Sports Talk with a Gay Twist. I am very happy to be back. I am, of course, Kenny Ray, and I'm here with my good sister, Glenn Reeves. And yeah, so this is our second episode that actually got recorded. Uh,
Not
sober.
by us, but yeah.
It's ish.
We're gonna say we did it. We just gonna say we did it, Princess. One of them we didn't see it happen.
Well, I'm talking about the sober part. But
Oh yeah, this is our second videoed episode sober. The
does it
next
count
one,
though? Because I got the THC little cocktail, or
that does not count.
I think it does.
Okay, so if you get drunk, perhaps, but I don't think it counts.
Well, you don't get drunk. That's the thing.
So it does not count.
Okay, see,
But
that's what I
somehow
thought.
another
That's
by
what I
the end of the
thought.
episode, you be feeling high as a bird, so it's fine.
By the end of the episode, I'm feeling pretty lifted, but but it's nice. It's subtle because I don't normally do well on that particular substance. So
I mean, you're also like almost a retiree right now because you're not technically working, so it doesn't really matter.
I have started back working. I'm not full time yet, but I've
You
been.
sound like the people you sound like the dough greed at Walmart. I'm not full time. Bitch, you the dough greed at Walmart. Fuck. I'm just the dough greed. I don't do all that extra shit. I'm just part girl.
The drug grit. Like
You sound like the dough greed at Walmart. I'm not full time, honey. I just come here on Mondays and Wednesdays. I work about 3 hours and I go home. That's what I do.
Listen, goals.
My mama said because y'all know Ellen, who is my mother's retired, and she said, "Oh, I'm gonna go work." First of all, when my mama said she gonna work retail, I said, "Okay, you gonna quit the same day? Don't worry about it."
I give how long would I give your mama? And you
she might not show up for that. Y'all be playing.
You get one good time to get attitude.
Because wait, mama said she only want to work Monday, Tuesday. No, she want to work Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. She wants to work from 8 to 1. I said, Mom, first of all, most retail stores are open till 9. That's first and foremost. But if they give you an hour to get there so you can prep and do all that stuff, but you just go home at 1. I said, you can work at Walmart. She said, oh, no, people going to see me. I said, what? She said, what? She said, people go see me at the Walmart. I said, Mom, so then why don't you just go? I gave her idea. She told me she didn't want to do none of that. So we're stuck between a rock and a hard place because she said she's tired of waiting on a man every month to give her a check. I said, well, he does, but she says she's tired. So,
well,
yeah.
you're on the club.
Listen, so if there's any Social Security when a bitch get to hers, I can't wait.
Lord.
I cannot wait. But I doubt if there's any for us when we get there. But on the lighter note, we are back. Yes, it is the second episode recorded sober, so let's see how this goes. It'll be comical nonetheless. It tends to get comical towards the beginning, middle, and end for us anyway. We're gay. I did celebrate Red Dress over the weekend. Here in New Orleans, we have an annual Red Dress run, which I did not post to the page. I forgot. But she was in what I like to call, she was in her best pussy dress. Mama was good, honey. Mama looked real fancy and privileged. She had gotten her dress off of the 1999 rack at Claire's. But there she is.
You look like Fashion Nova.
It is. That's where it's from. Don't hate. That's a Cardi B dress, honey. But she is right there for everybody to see her. It's an annual run that happens every year, so hopefully we can get Kenny and Afton down next year. It's a fun day. Every black man from here to China wears a dress. There's their great excuse for it. But I had a blast. I don't remember much of it after 7:30, which means I got drunk, and I'm perfectly okay with that. But while we were, like I said, gone this past week, there's a lot of fuckery. There's a lot of preseason is back. Things have happened. The Olympics have now ceased, and we are on track for the 2028 in LA. Like I said, Snoop Dogg is still my motherfucker. I don't give a damn what y'all say. And I stand corrected because last week I think I said he makes $100,000 a day. That motherfucker 200. I was stand corrected. He makes $500,000 a day for the Olympics. I was corrected. I stand corrected. So And like I said, it's get your money player and go on. But let's get into some slates of the week because I do have some interesting ones this week. Ones that are interesting, but some might say not unexpected. And I'll start over in Minnesota, who can't seem to really catch a break. Oh, JJ McCarthy, who was
Oh, we
heralded
started
really
there.
they're right over in the Skull Town, as I guess they say.
What they
JJ
do
McCarthy,
that
right? This year, like
skull clap.
goddamn noise, that horn and shit. Uh, but JJ McCarthy, who
It's
was their
cute.
ninth overall pick, has now gone down for the year uh, with a torn meniscus. He was taking first team reps. They didn't say he would start at week one. And who would coach besides Frank Wright, who started Bryce Young day one? Is that Richard don't start?
He
But
was going to start.
well, we know that. But now Minnesota goes to Plan B, which I I really don't know who Plan B is, Kenny.
I don't know who Plan B
I'm
is
looking right now.
either. I surmise that what they'll do is jump on the wire and try to pick up a serviceable journeyman.
Well, never mind. So I'm going to tell you right now. So their
Okay.
now number one starter is Sam Darnold.
Oh, that's right. Duh, Sam. I knew that.
Nick
I'm sure.
Mullen, Jaron Holland on fourth, who's on injured reserve, is JJ McCarthy. Wow.
Okay. No, I forgot. I forgot Sam.
So I don't do we. So yeah, I mean, it sucks. I guess he's not.
Okay, so yeah.
He said okay.
I mean, because it does. I feel sorry for the young man. Let's just start there, because that's just a horrible way for your career in NFL to start off by having this season-ending knee injury and surgery just before you even had a chance to get your feet wet. Because I don't think he took any snaps. He hadn't taken any preseason snaps.
No, he hadn't taken really preseason
Yeah.
snaps.
So I mean, so there's nothing but question marks surrounding him. He was another one of those. Like, it was another project. I don't know. I think that he was one that people were looking to benefit from the fact that he got drafted into a good situation. Not
Correct.
necessarily that he was a particularly super talented prospect. So, I don't know what to make of that. I do know that the Vikings has a very good roster. That they definitely have a good offense.
Absolutely, with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson on the
Right.
offensive side. So yeah, they do. And with their running back, I was trying to see, which is Aaron Jones.
Yes.
They got Aaron Jones. So yeah.
So I mean, if they can lean on that and just and just Sam Darnold, please minimize the turnovers. We know that's not your thing
At all.
We know that's not your thing, but just if he can avoid losing the games, then I still think that they'll be a formidable team. I wasn't expecting a lot from them to begin with, just because they got Detroit in that division, who they're going to have to contend with, and a lot of people are seeing Detroit.
Bay.
Yeah, well, I mean, Green Bay and Green Bay as well. That's true. And Chicago's looking to be pretty interesting. So
we'll get into that in a second. Absolutely.
Somebody had to come last place in that division, and it looks like it might be them. Last second, real quick, if you haven't had a chance to get a good look at Sam Darnold,
I won't even say.
Doesn't he look like a Lego man?
He does. Just boxy.
I heard that somewhere years ago, and every time I hear his name, I can't hear or see anything else. Like, just he looks like a Lego policeman.
There you go. That long, elongated neck.
Like the ridiculously weird square jaw. I know that's supposed to be attractive, but it just
You know I'm stupid.
I stand by my statement.
I'm stupid. Watch.
Oh, for our listeners who are listening
I love this.
on audio medium, he just held up a picture of the Lego policeman, and
You
yeah,
did it. Just, I love. I was getting
I
ready
feel
to.
very vindicated in my assessment.
I really was going to say that. Love this video thing because now there's proof that you can show. Baby, listen. Speaking of, let's stay in the NFC North. Caleb Williams looked really, really good in his preseason debut with the Bears.
Mhm,
I've been watching Hard Knocks, Kenny, and I will say this is my very first time really taking the time and say, "Oh, let me watch the episodes of Hard Knocks," and not just go, "Let me watch one or two." I was able to
mhm.
watch three or four, and it's been really good. And watching him mature and the time that's being in and coming up to be a leader in that organization. It's going to be really good to watch him and watch. Like I said, I think he's going to be a really good piece for them, especially with the puzzle pieces they have over there. Definitely, if he can get his feet wet, because he's going to start day one. We're not even
Yeah, of course. And that,
we're we're not going to question that, but yeah, it's going to be interesting and fun to watch.
yeah, I mean, it just that seems to be the general consensus is that Caleb Williams had a very good showing in his preseason debut. Again, it is still preseason debut, but still, like I expect a lot. I expect a lot from him. I think that he'll do really well. I know that some people need to temper their expectations. Because of course, we hear folks that are already started talking about, well, are we about to see the greatest, rookie season of all time? Blah blah blah. And a lot of this had everything to do with the amazing season last year out of the Houston Texans. Um, what's that boy's name?
Caleb Williams.
No, Houston Texans.
Oh God, God damn it! It just as soon as you said it, who's the
I
quarterback?
know,
I can't.
right?
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, yeah, see, yeah. So that I mean, so of course, people are already making these comparisons and all that jazz. That's just sports talk gas battery. Let the boy live. Let the boy breathe. He's gonna do great. I think he has all the makings of another one of the greats. Um, and like I said, I like what I see in Chicago. I like the turning of the page as far as the culture goes, um, and actually putting some emphasis on offense and offensive production. Um, it was good to see Williams operating in and out of structure, which was the
Right.
biggest concern that people had was whether he was going to be able to do that since he spent so much time at USC
Mm-hmm.
structure, and that was kind of the razzle dazzle or his magic and whatnot. And so it's good to see that is
Looks like it's
just
transferring over, somewhat to speak. He's reading that playbook, and that playbook is kind of made around him. It looks
mhm,
like, even in
mhm.
like he wasn't on the field very long, but enough to get a good taste of what's to come.
Yeah. Still some questions around our offensive line.
The, I Yeah, it's like building. It's like the puzzle pieces aren't quite built. They like missing out of 100 pieces that they're missing like the next 40. So we just got.
I mean, but that's most teams. Like, there's not a complete team out there, and so I mean, that's to be expected. It's just offensive line is just one of those difficult ones to overcome.
Right.
But he's young, he's mobile, so I mean, at the very least, that is a favorable situation. But you would like to at least be able to run the ball, take some pressure. But I think they're going to be very interesting. I, for once in my lifetime, are thinking to myself, I'm excited to watch the Bears. So you can
Yeah,
just go with that.
their very first game is against the Tennessee Titans, and I signed up for NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, so bitch will be able to watch that game in all its glory. I am pretty excited for that. Speaking of excited, have you heard the reports that Colin Kaepernick, which of course is ran by Jim Harbaugh, may join the coaching staff?
What?
You didn't
of
see
of of
of the
the LA
Chargers?
Chargers. Oh well,
Jim Harbaugh
I,
did an
I
interview.
where'd you hear that from?
I, listen, I read it, Bleacher Report, but then they now have poor baby's been labeled a civil rights advocate.
Yeah,
See,
okay. So that's one thing I got to say. You
there it
keep
is right
upon
there.
it. You can we can't see this.
Well, it says Jim Harbaugh has hired Colin Kaepernick to coach to the Chargers coaching staff is on the quarterback side of things, of course, but we all knew where else would he go.
You know, I got to tell you, Jim Harbaugh has really grown on me
A good bit.
because if you know, we we tend to uh, award people for marching to the beat of their own drum in the show. This is the reason why Aaron Rodgers is still our queen of shade.
NC
Um, well, I got to tell you, if like this is Jim Harbaugh truly
I love
truly
it.
take. He's basically just taking out his dick and put it on the table and saying "fuck all y'all."
This is what I'm doing. This is what I want. Y'all can kiss my ass.
This is what I believe, and come at me.
Now I will say Jim Harbaugh loves black folks, and I ain't
Well, I mean, he's a football coach. He should.
touche, touche, Mary. Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, how partially he won a national championship. But hey,
I'll never understand Tommy Tuberville and how he even made it in this short period of time as the head coach of Auburn when he clearly doesn't like black people.
clearly does not like the black
So good for Jim Harbaugh. I mean, that's it's probably good for his career.
folks. Now he's in LA, and I guarantee you the Chargers will be a force, and I'm gonna look. I'm gonna pay attention to them because he's not.
Okay.
They're not gonna lose for long.
Well, here's the thing. Here's something. So here's the reason why. Well, one, Jim Harbaugh is just a proven winner,
Winner.
um, offensive minded, proven developer of quarterback. Watching how he dismantled Alabama with Michigan last year is one of the few times that I watched the game and left saying Nick Saban got outcoached. Um, so we know that he's talented, but I think that what he brings to the Chargers and what makes him, I think, the perfect choice for them is he's going to change that culture
I
because
think
the
he's already
Chargers,
doing that.
yeah, because the Chargers are always like, it's just something, I don't know what it is about that team. They've had good rosters at
Mhm.
different points in times. Like they had the best running back in the league with Daniel Tomlinson back in the day.
Who's your
They've had some amazing Hall of Fame like defenses with linebackers like the likes of Junior Seau and other teams that have come through there. Philip Rivers. But good God, they know how to lose a lead and lose a game.
I literally like 1 or 2 points.
They know
Like
how to
they lost
snatch
games
defeat
like
out the jaws of victory like no other franchise. And it's just that. So what I think Jim Harbaugh is going to bring a sense of toughness, of grit, of determination to that organization that is much needed. Maybe they
Mhm.
can actually make some noise in LA, so some people can actually go out and start coming to their games. And yes, that was shade. And
Big ass stadium.
and he's got his quarterback. So I mean, but hey, I know that division is tough, but yeah, at the very least, like they're
Oh,
interesting.
I'm gonna slide this in here now. So we do have our very first current for Warren O. Like that's what he put. My name is Warren O. I know what the O means, but hey,
Maybe that's his last name. Did he say Warren like OLD?
no, just O, bitch. No,
Oh, Warren. Okay.
just
All
like
right.
that. Oh,
Well,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
you country. I can barely understand you, and then you don't want to sit still. So
So he is from Talladega. He is from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I can really say Talladega. He's from Tulsa,
Okay.
Oklahoma, but
Okay.
he lives and breathes Charger Blue. From the days of Junior Seau, now that you say that,
Oh,
Ladainian
okay.
Tomlinson, yeah. What he would like to know is, will they compete? Do you think even in Jim Harbaugh's first year, can they compete with the Chiefs?
With who?
The Chiefs.
That's a tall order. No. But that being said, soon. But I
Give
don't
it
think.
a year two, maybe. Year two, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But soon. I don't think it'll take Jim Harbaugh long, but I don't think he's going to be able to come out the gate and really challenge the Chiefs, who seem to be clicking on all cylinders right now, and
No matter,
with
because
no
I can tell you,
sign.
but two people who are on their team.
Who, the Chargers?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, no, like I said, they're gonna be good, but no, not yet. Because I think, I mean, as scary as it sounds, the Chargers may be even better this year than they were last year. Which, you know,
Yeah, that is true.
what are you gonna do? So yeah, so not quite yet, but they've got the right guy. They've got their quarterback.
Yeah, and they got
Um,
a coach in there.
Yeah. So I think soon. I think we will. They'll have something to say. Just think not this first year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. I think with Justin Herbert getting that long term deal, if they can lock up Keenan Allen for another year or two, what was left in him at the wide receiver, uh, their guys that
How
Eckler
long do they have before they have to pay him?
next year.
No, they already got. I thought they already got him an extension.
Herbert?
Yeah, I thought he's already on an
Oh yeah,
extension.
they gave him one. No, no, no. I'm just saying they just paid Justin Herbert. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, okay, that's
They
what I
just
thought.
gave him one
Okay,
last year.
okay. So I mean,
They gave
they've got him on a decent extension, and
but
this
they
yeah.
lose one
So
of their
yeah,
run
so I
back Zach Eckler, so who was a pretty good, decent end, but he went to Washington, which I think he'll flourish there. But they still have some great pieces that'll make that a great place. And if they throw Colin in the mix, who's coaching the quarterbacks, Justin might actually be able to run the court. Um,
no
so speaking
shade.
speaking of run, here's my
But
bib
real
there.
quick, before you go up, move on. No shade. Because I've supported Colin Kaepernick to the end, not as a coach. I've watched Colin Kaepernick um, play the position of quarterback, and he's got one speed. It's a fastball.
Let me think, a fast one.
He's got one speed. It's a fastball. That is it. So I think this is more of a statement from Jim Harbaugh than it is a football related strategic move. But either way, more power to him. I'm here for the drama because it's off the top.
Um, Speaking of which, before we move on, I just said, "Where's my baby daddy?" Known as Jimmy G. I did not know he signed with the Los Angeles Rams.
He still got a job.
The shit that comes out of our mouth sober now. That's funny, y'all. Yes, apparently, I literally just thought about it because I was getting ready to mention the Raiders, and know she did that because I had it in there for preseason. And I was like, oh, "Wait, where's Jimmy G?" And I suddenly typed it in, and all it said was the Los Angeles Rams 2024. And I said, "What in the fuck?"
Jimmy Garoppolo. He's in my kitchen right now fixing me a drink.
And hey, he'll stay healthy in the kitchen, not on the court.
Okay.
But he does have he's competing with Stetson Bennett, and of course, Matt Stafford is still QB1. But I'm just saying, I didn't realize where he was.
It was cute to see Stetson Bennett in his little preseason game. That's shady.
Like I'm, I'm getting ready to add to it, but the Lord didn't allow it. Because I lost my train of thought the minute I said it. What was the one who couldn't come back because he was alcoholic? Carson Beck.
Who? We took it.
Carson, because he had to enter alcohol rehabilitation. He's no longer allowed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Carson Beck. I say you can't even play in the NFL. That's sad. Poor baby. But anyway, oh baby, bless his heart. But it is time for our favorite segment of the show, which that just my shoulder shrug did that because it made me happy. Uh, it is time for oh she did that,
Oh, she
honey.
did that.
But what? Come on,
I kind of
y'all
used one of the, that was new, right? I kind of used one of these little sound effect
talk.
things. You're welcome, audience.
Yeah. But speaking of oh she did that, the Olympics just ended. And I have some thoughts, some mere questions.
Okay.
I'll start with the good. The women's track and field, the relay race was nothing less than stellar,
I know where you're going.
and I do mean stellar. That
Yes.
the look Shakara gave when she was about 50 meters out, and she looked over to that girl, like, "Girl, don't worry about it. I got this. You slow down, bro. It's all right. Use this girl." Uh, I will say that was one of the I watched that relay a few times since it's been won. Uh, that was one of the greatest moments because that my thing is, what's our one of, I was gonna the thing was, what's one of our greatest moments, the things. But I'm gonna shift, and I do mean shift
Shift. Big time.
to the men. And those listeners that can see me can see this look of fuckery and confuzzlement and complete what in the fuck is happening? Is this baton made of grease? Or what is I y'all, y'all, they have not medaled since 2008. And here's the thing: the men that were in it, the only one that was different was the dude. I forgot his name. He had the white headband on, and he said, and they showed videos of him constantly measuring his steps from the time when the first dude ran to the time the second one, and that's because Noah couldn't participate. But
Hmm.
here's my thing: you have one job. You run. That's what you do. That is normal. You're even Carl Lewis. He had something negative to say because these men have not won a medal since not even a world championship medal since 2000. I watched this race in complete awe. The dude just ran and slapped into the back of him, and it was outside the start, so you were disqualified. So what the hell y'all running the rest of the race for?
Oh, I didn't realize they got disqualified, but I
Well,
was.
actually, when they finished running it, you can tell when they said it at the end because they ran the complete race. They came in like sixth, but
No,
then
I
right
watched it. I watched it. I just didn't realize they got disqualified.
yeah, they got disqualified because when the first baton was passed, he had remember he slammed it to the back of him.
I saw the botched exchange. Yes, and but
Right
so at
there,
that
he
point,
was already out of the because he only had moments to pass that baton. Even when he was trying to catch him, the dude left too soon. He left way too soon. So the other dude was running, and he managed to when he ran slap into the back of him, he was right outside the exchange line, the exchange.
okay.
So that disqualified him immediately.
Well, it didn't matter though. I mean, but they had lost so much time at that point. There was no way that even Fred Curley running the anchor wasn't going to be able to do anything. And I mean, they had, but I guess the most frustrating part about it was they had a box exchange in Tokyo, and I want to say the same. They had a box exchange in
In
Rio
Rio,
before that, right? Yeah.
they've had each and they. Here's the fucked up part: when the Olympics didn't even celebrate the men who won it, they should kept showing the men's box exchanges over the years. And then the dude that was talking,
Did win, and I forgot.
uh, Great, I think Great
was
Britain
it was
won.
it was it Great Britain?
Yeah, but the dude that the U.S. had talking for them because they all looked like they were confuzzled and fucked up of it all. He's like, "Man, I'm still ride for my brothers." Motherfucker, you lost
Yeah.
for the 19th umpteenth number of time. Nobody should ever. Y'all should just practice and sit in a chair passing the baton. That's all you should do. Nobody should run until y'all can get that right.
I mean, okay. Let me play devil's advocate.
Because I thought for also really quick before you said that, Michael Johnson. I thought Michael Johnson was their coach, but he wasn't. He's not. I thought he was.
I don't know why he'd be their coach because he didn't run that race. I don't think he did.
He did
I'm pretty
what?
sure Michael Johnson never ran that race.
He did in 2008. He was the last time they won.
Oh, okay.
The
All
last
right, never
time they
mind.
won, he was on that team.
Okay. I thought he was a strictly 200 guy, but either way. Well, either way. Um, well, you know, I guess we'll see them in LA and see what happens.
But I will say, big ups to Quinn, the 16-year-old who went back to back to Maryland with a gold medal, youngest ever to do it. I give him credit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's a big thing for him. Also, can I say something really quickly before we move on from the Olympics? I have a few more things. We'll talk about basketball here in a second. But the people who are this Jordan Childs thing, it's
Okay.
I'm so over this.
It's gotten out of hand. Like it's.
Let that girl go. At this point, go make the bitch a medal. At this point, she wants it so bad. Go make a
Well, did you see Flavor Flav did that? He sent her like a big bronze, like a.
bronze. First of all, my first question was, he still got money?
Yeah, well, I thought that when I saw him in the audience.
I said, he still got money.
My first question was, how you get into the country? My second question.
Questions before I talk about this bronze clock you sent.
Flavor
They
Flav,
still
like,
let you move around. They still
really?
fly around. You must have asked Snoop, can you go with him?
Oh.
You must have asked Snoop, can you go with him? But yeah, I just feel like the Romaine, it's a lot. I'm over it. I'm just like, let Jordan keep your shit. The Romania girl, they let them make you a new one. Y'all share it. Y'all, nobody, we ain't going back to play the little numbers again. We're not doing none of that. Everybody, you go send her one so she can have one, and everybody move on with their life. Now, the men of Paris, the NBA, baby, listen, Steph Curry is the GOAT. I'm gonna give him credit to where credit is given. Because the men were down to France, and France looked like they was gonna whip that ass. I'm not going to lie. France and Steph said, "Not on my watch."
I gotta say that was one of the most impressive displays of 3-point shooting and clutch 3-point shooting I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know that there was a lot of debate. They were doing a lot of talking about this today, yesterday. Um, Especially on First Take and Get Up. But my God, like I mean, I think at this point, like it's what's interesting with him is he's one of those few sports figures that there is actual 100% as far as I know, and I dare somebody to say otherwise, consensus that he is the greatest person, like player to ever shoot the basketball. He's the greatest
Mm-hmm.
shooter to ever live. He's the greatest to ever do it, to ever like touch a basketball in the world in time. And I don't think anybody will deny that or argue.
Absolutely.
No matter how old or young or whatever, in the good old days that anybody remembers, like this one's pretty cut and dry. And it was nice to see him just kind of put another feather in his cap, um, in his story because because it's the first time he's actually played the Olympics. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, that's remarkable. And of course, there was a lot online too because God knows he'll have no fury how the sports talk world would have lost their collective shit had they lost that game.
They would have to say extra week in Paris to the bullshit that we'd have to delay the NBA schedule another week because we still be talking about the Paris men, the France men with that ass.
Like we
Uh,
have to go, like Stephen A. Smith, we had to go check and make sure that like his brains are not spilled across the floor. Like it's just
Victor Wembanyama posted on Twitter. He said, "Now that I'm grown up, I'm out of year one, so to speak. I'm ready, and that means for everybody. He'll be back in 2028, and he'll be ready for the NBA season." I said, "Oh shit, here we go to shit talking again."
he
But
didn't even
France,
old enough to have a drink, so it's
right?
like just
I I watched them, and then I watched the women who also France almost ran that ass out of town. But Aja Wilson and company said, "Nah, dog, we're not doing that." For their 8th straight gold medal, big ups to them. But I will
Mhm.
say, France gave these men and these women a run for their money. Like I said, I guess they say because we was in Paris, we wasn't trying to go down without a fight.
Yeah.
But they did give them their best.
Well, man,
Like,
basketball has become international. It's not a given. I mean, especially the men's. I mean, the NBA's got to become very European. You know, it's not surprising at all, and I only think the trend's going to become more difficult.
right.
So, I'm here for it. More power to them. But even though the French women did push the women's USA, nobody watched. And that's not even opinion. That is what the numbers said.
Yeah.
And that's why I went to that's why I changed my mind. I've discussed it a couple episodes ago why Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese should have been on that team. But
Back with you 100% on that. They should have
yeah.
been there. Speaking of should have been there, hey, Jason Tatum. Uh, collectively played 11 minutes in the Olympics grand total. He was asked whether or not he's canceled out 2028. He said, no, I had a great time. That was the great political answer for him to say that. Also, I did not know he had a baby with Ella May, which makes me very happy because that baby is very pretty. I say two light-skinned people made a baby. That's cute.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, that's his girlfriend. Honey, Ella May. Honey, old booed up for real.
Okay.
She's at the Olympics, but I remember seeing her in a Celtics jersey, finals all pregnant and everything, but I never knew that's who it was for until they posted a picture together after he had won the finals. But anyway, but yeah, he collectively played 11 minutes, and they were talking about it today. Should Jason Tatum have played more? Here's the thing, we talked about this earlier, but really quickly, when you're on a team full of all of those stars, and this is clearly your first Olympics, you might want to just enjoy the ride for what it's worth, and you got a gold medal out of it. I mean, hey.
Maybe.
You got to play, damn it.
That's true. Yeah.
Because they're all blaming Steve Kerr for not
Okay, well that I don't agree with. Like I'm tired of blaming Steve Kerr for doing a good job.
He got him a gold medal.
I think because I could tell you one thing that Steve Kerr, if he was me, I tell him I don't owe Jason Tatum and or you or anybody else that has an opinion about his shit. So, right, exactly. So he needs to get some Jim Harbaugh energy.
Come on, Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
That's gonna be my new swag in a minute.
Right. He should take out his three. What? God, how many rings does Steve Kerr have?
Yes, 4 with Golden State. Hold on.
How many did he win with the Bulls?
That's what I was like. I want to say he was there for all 6, but I don't think so.
No, he wasn't there for all 6. No,
I'm going to find out right now.
I don't know if he was there for the last 3, but he definitely wasn't there for all 6.
Steve Kerr. Let's find out. He was born in Lebanon. I did not know that. It's a little small tidbit.
Is he a military kid? Because he sure looked pretty lily white.
That bitch. y'all. This bitch says, that bitch said, you showed the seashell look lily white. Oh, wait, y'all. You know how some shit just get in your spirit.
I'm trying to say. Man.
That bitch said, are you sure? Because he sure look lily white. I mean, that is literally right up there with my
boy.
but I did.
Oh.
Okay,
I'm gonna get this one of these days.
No, you're not. It's gonna get worse. That's gonna get worse. But he's a 5-time. No, he's a.
5.
So as a player, he's a 5-time NBA champion from '96 through '99, and then he won again in 2003 with the Spurs.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh,
So he
yes.
won the first 3 times he won with the Bulls because he was the Bulls from '93 to '98.
Right. I thought he was there for the second three.
Correct. And then he's a 4-time NBA champion so he altogether he's a 9-time NBA champion. Yeah. Yeah. So
So Steve Kerr, what you do
here's
is
your
take
business.
is take no, what you do is take all nine of the rings, put them on every finger except for one, which should be the middle.
The Buck and the U. And he has 3 gold medals. He has three
Right.
gold medals. 2 as a coach, 1 as a player.
Right, about to say two as a coach, one's a player. That's right, because he took over after Coach Tate. Okay.
Correct. So yeah. I mean, Steve Kerr fucked him.
Right.
Slightly moving right along. It's in the NFL preseason, and listen, y'all. I don't give a fuck if the rookies played all season, which they have been doing. I'm so glad to see some pigskin flying around in the air. I don't know what to do with myself. Watching preseason, like earlier today, the Eagles and the Patriots. I was watching that like it was Monday Night Football or some shit. It just was on. And listen.
It is something special about like, football coming back. Before we know it, I mean we got the college football will be here sooner before we know it.
Comes at the end of the month, right? First game is at the end of the month, I think.
August 24th.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Florida State and Georgia Tech.
Oh, okay, so while we're on the subject, I wanted to breach college football before we go
Okay.
before we dive into the NFL because I got some stuff to talk about. I gotta say that I was one of the skeptics with this conference realignment, but I may be my opinion on that may be changing. Or I might as well go ahead and claim it. I think it's changed. And it's mainly
You're older,
because
you're a lot more calmer these days. You've had time to think and process.
I don't know that that's the case because I've always been one to think and process. Calm is not it. I think it's just more information. And,
Investment.
right. Um, especially given some of the matchups and things that we're starting to see. So, um, this particular date has been being discussed across, the sports media. I think started yesterday, October 12th. During this one day on October 12th, Saturday, October 12th, Ohio State versus Oregon,
I do see that.
Texas versus Oklahoma,
LSU takes on Ole Miss.
Ole Miss versus LSU, and Penn
Georgia.
State versus USC.
Yeah.
That's all in one day.
Good. You are right, bitch. I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. All in one day.
Jesus Christ.
I may need an IV.
Alabama takes on South Carolina, so yeah. I'm gonna have to have lots of alcohol because I might not be able to leave the house.
That's one day. Just one day.
LSU, their time to be determined, but yeah.
Yeah, all of that was they're gonna flex time, flex schedule at the time.
Yeah, because LSU can flex. It's a night game between 6 and 8. Georgia will be a flex game between 3:30 or 6 and 8. And yeah, they look like that's why times will be determined. Because in Texas, Oklahoma is the only one that's not will be flex, but it will be at 2:30. Yeah, but that's a good fucking damn.
It's a day, right?
Mm-hmm. Does
Enough.
our rivalry pick up at the same time? Yes, it does. Our rivalry is November the 9th. Alabama and LSU.
Yep. Yes.
Flex is either 3:30 to 4, 6 to 8, depending on
LSU is still they kept all the usuals. Tennessee is October 19th. LSU same time. Auburn same time. I'm looking for, like I said, they nailed but that's right after they're in Oklahoma. So I mean, that's going to be a difficult stretch. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. I think they're going to be better than people expect. I just have a lot of questions about their secondary.
Yeah, I sure hope Grant Nussmeyer don't fuck it up.
Yeah, yeah, you really feel about it. Anywho, let's go.
Back to the NFL.
I'm going to the NFL.
I want to
Ready for some football.
a party because you can't say a Sunday night party because it's now on Monday, Thursday, double the time, which I'm quite excited about. And if we get real lucky, because it's the end of the season, you get it on Saturday.
Mhm.
But am I ready? So ready. Well, let's start in the NFC South. The Falcons are boosting up their defense. I saw. Did you see that today?
Of course I did. I'm
Oh,
assuming you're referring to the Falcons picking up Matt. Yeah, trading for Matthew Judon from the New England Patriots,
yeah.
four-time Pro Bowler, linebacker. Yeah, I was very happy about that move. I do think I want to temper. I don't want people to overreact over it. Um, but at the very least, it shows that.
And they also signed Justin Simmons on a 1-year deal. The
When that
safety.
today too?
Yep. One year,
That's
$8
that.
million. I'm reading on Bleacher Report.
Uh, Anywho, but what I was saying is that they are addressing they're prudently addressing defense because that was the big brouhaha behind their pick for Michael Penix. As they say, oh well, they should have drafted an edge rusher. Excuse me. I think that as I've said, I've been a fan of the pick. I don't know if I mean I don't know if I was a believer in Michael Penix, but I do believe that if there's going to be one room on the organization that needs to be full, it's the quarterback room.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, um, and I just don't like Kirk Cousins. I don't care. Like that. So yeah. Um, and so anyways, I like this. I like them beefing up the defense. Still don't think that Matthew Judon nor Justin Simmons address the pass rush issue. They gotta find a way to create some pass rush. That's going to be very important. Um, Falcons have a good offensive line. We'll see how the quarterback play, pans out. But the offense looks pretty potent. So I think it's more than enough to win the division. But to make a run in the playoffs, you're gonna have to find some kind of pass rush. Heard something interesting today. If they are in the market and looking like to make some short-term deals with some established players, I was brainstorming, and I think what if Khalil Mack becomes available?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Um,
he's a good pass rusher.
yeah, I mean,
Now, let me say this. I think you said a little earlier. All of this hype with all of the people that they're adding, will it equate to wins, though, is the question.
yes, absolutely. And the
Look at you, big optimistic bitch. I don't see you, Falcon season ticket holder.
I mean, and I mean, yes, yes. I mean, they are. I mean, I am from Atlanta, as you people can see. But objectively, yeah, they're going to be good. And they're going to win. They're going to win some games. They're going to win a good number of games. Um, and also, but I've also been very honest about it. It's not lost on me that a good part of that is the fact that they're in a weak division. So yeah, it's gonna pan out. And it's gonna pan out fast because of division. Now, if this was a situation like say AFC North or
AFC.
the AFC West, just like one of those situations, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, I mean, great. So, but that's
It's
not the
very
case. That's not what we're dealing with here. So so
they
they've
take
got to
on
say it again.
they take on the Steelers, and y'all you get to see that you get to see the Russ bus.
Yeah, that's
And
opening day. Yeah.
she gonna tailgate like nobody's business. By that time, hopefully, they'll let you back on alcohol.
Oh, I should be okay by then. We'll see.
Got 3 weeks. Got 3 weeks.
I don't have a set time. It's just, it's like things need to happen. But
Right.
so the sooner the better. But yeah.
While we're at,
Speaking of Steelers, you want to talk about them for a second?
yes, I do. Russ will finally get some playing time over in Pittsburgh when they take on the Bills for preseason. Um, why? I get it, but why?
Uh, I think Justin Fields showed us why in his preseason debut with the
Yeah.
Steelers. Um, I think that a lot of people. I mean, I think he rubbed people a lot of people the wrong way with that botch snap. Like so, like we're back to the point where you can't get the snap from the center, and it just doesn't make him look good. I
Because we
think.
talk shit.
Well,
Talking
well, I don't
shit.
think that he's done it. I think Justin Fields is a good guy. I think he is a good teammate. I think that he hasn't gotten a fair shake in his NFL journey quite yet. Um, but what I will say is that I'm starting to observe that the things that still require work but should be assumptions for a standout NFL quarterback, he's still struggling with. Um, and it's so the question becomes, how do you progress in those skills when they're still having to coach you on what for a lot of elite quarterbacks is basics.
Right.
Um, so I'm not quite sure what to make of him yet. I gotta say I was a little disappointed. Um,
Are
and
you
but
this Russ though? What he's come
Well,
up with?
but we don't know what the fuck is Russ has going on or what's left in the tank with him. I mean, he has some calf soreness and
He does have some cute colloquial with Broncos. Let's ride out. I mean, so what the fuck are you come up with now?
right. So I
Look, I was on the road making that money, honey. So he better go do something. Sierra, you a Spurs on that too, mama. But get your ass out of here, play some football, boy. I done my part. I done went out and made a coin.
I will say this. I will say this. I think that if they start Russell Wilson. I mean, if he even sneezes in the wrong direction, that fan base is going to be screaming for Justin Fields. Um, so that's Mike Tomlinson's cross to bear.
And
But it's going to happen. Um, from my perspective, I think that you still start a Russ, put him out there until either the wheels fall off, literally from him, or proverbially by the crowd, by the fan base, you know. But I still put it out there.
I agree. Let's slide over to Washington, who I'm very excited for. Jaden Daniels, I've always been a fan of him when he was at LSU. He's a Heisman winner, but he looked really good in his debut.
Hmm.
He looked really good, and they went on to hold on one second. They did lose to the Jets, but we are talking in his preseason. But his stats, he was 2 for 3 for 45 yards, but his running, he also ran for another 5 yards. But he looked really good in his control of that. Jeff Briscoe played the most. I didn't know that, and Marcus Mariota is now a Washington Commander as well. Did not know that. So that's
He
interesting.
was still in the league.
Mm. Oh no. Wow.
Did you?
No, I did not. So
That's what I thought.
I was saying, I act like it's just me, bitch. But yeah, I do think that it is something to look at and behold. Now, I will say this: uh, the scope of the NFL is changing. It is more of a pass heavy league, and it's been that way for a minute.
Mhm.
Uh,
I would
but
say
I will
changing. It's weird.
Yeah, but watching Michael Penix on his game with when they lost to the Dolphins, I did watch that game, Kenny. I wanted to see because I knew that we wasn't going to see Big Punk Kirk. We wasn't going we wasn't going to see him, and he was 9 for 16, 104 yards, no touchdowns, but he did look really good. So I mean, but we all know Kirk will start. He got too much money not to.
I'm also, I will say there's a caveat to that because we still don't know physically if he's well. And that is something that's not really going talked about.
No one has talked about it recently at all.
Right. Because, I mean, because the people are still like just forgetting that he's coming back off of the Achilles surgery. Um, and so we don't know. He wasn't particularly mobile to begin with.
Okay.
Translation, he wasn't mobile at all. And so yeah, but like I said, I mean, I think yeah, like you went out, he'll obviously start. It's just he's another one that, especially here, in Atlanta, if he sneezes the wrong way, then they're going to be booing and carrying on, like so. Um, we'll see.
I agree. Also, the Saints and Spencer Rattler. Do you remember him? What was Harold as the #1 draft pick a long time ago, but then he went through several schools and la. He almost looks like a good Pat Mahomes. He is. Just look him up.
That's a big statement that you just made there.
Oh, check him out for real.
If you look like a Pat Mahomes, then why did you sorry?
Well, he spent some reps.
This is sounding like Homer behavior. Yeah. I keep telling you, I don't know. Like, I keep, no, okay.
Why can't you see? Where are your glasses?
You are the bootleg ones holding up a phone to the camera. Like, I'm supposed to speak. We're not in the same room. Anyways, what is it that you're trying to sell me on this boy?
Well, what I am trying to say is that he looked pretty good as well. I mean, his highlights. Hopefully, if Derek Carr fucks up, which we know he will, we will get to see a lot more of Spencer Rattler. Look at his highlights; actually, really good.
Yeah, I'll take a
But
look because you say
thank you so much, sis. See how that worked?
so.
It was a statement in agreement. Jesus. Uh, Now we do have a fan question as well. It is from Walter. Walter's from Dallas, Texas, so you already know where this is going, family.
Oh, that should
Uh,
be fun.
uh, I do enjoy. I do enjoy the Dallas Cowboy fans. They're comical. They're nice, but they love their team. That's all we can ask.
Mhm.
Walter want to know: is Jerry Jones going to show them the money, Dak the money, or is he going to keep playing and we will have another subpar season?
Wait. Read the
Is it
question
time to
again,
give Dak
and stop,
already?
stop bobbing and weaving.
Sorry, I hadn't even moved. Is it time to give Dak money already?
Well, let me hear the question again because I
So
didn't
he's
quite.
asking, is it time for, or is Jerry Jones finally going to show Dak the money, or are we going to have another subpar season with Dak wanting to play, but not on the same contract?
Um.
Now I'll be
Oh.
honest. I know it was time to give Dak some money again. I felt like it
Okay.
was
Well,
just
I've been following it pretty close, but so first of all, baby, um, one part of your question is completely divorced and has nothing to do with it with the second part of your question. So I'm going to start with the second part of your question first, which was, are we going to have another mediocre? And um, the answer to that is not dependent on whether or not you pay Dak. The answer is yes. I think you will have a subpar season by Cowboy standards because you all believe that you are a contending team. Um, I don't think that you are.
but they
Um,
also have a new issue. They also have a new issue, and that issue is CD Lamb.
Well, okay, but yeah, so the bigger issue here is that they haven't addressed the defense. They haven't addressed anything
They're
of
not
note, really.
doing really not.
Um, and they're going in the wrong direction. Um, so let's just look at it like this: CD Lamb is who they need to keep happy here, um, because well, I'll start. CD Lamb is the one they need to keep happy here. Dak Prescott, I think, has all the intangibles: A plus teammate, A plus leader, etc. Blah blah blah.
Has
He
he
is
made your
a
crash test dummy yet?
Yes, he's been one for a long time. I think I've been pretty clear on that. He's a beat quarterback. He's a crash test dummy. We've done the experiment. We know who he is. And if the and because of the poor decision making and handling of the Cowboys front office, they put themselves in a position where Dak Prescott has all the leverage, such that they're being forced with paying A plus money for a B quarterback, which I've told you is and I've talked about it on this show before, is the kiss of death in the NFL. If you pay A plus money for a B quarterback that can't overcome the deficiencies that you're going to have on talent on the team that's inherent with a salary cap league, then you're going to be doomed. This is why the Falcons were awful for so long, with the exception of the 2018, Super Bowl. With Matt Ryan was because they were yoked under his contract, and he was a B plus as a quarterback.
Very true.
Um, so let me just say it like this: we've seen 2018, right? This was Dak closer to his prime. If you recall that season, he was 3-4 to start the season until the Cowboys traded for Amari Cooper. After that, they were 7-2. You see, as soon as he got Amari Cooper, you see his uh, um, passer rating,
Go up.
interception, touchdown, all of that stuff. Everything went up. On top of that, they still had at that time they had the best offensive line in the league, and they had Zeke Elliott closer to his prime.
Mm-hmm.
For Dak Prescott to be successful, he needs weapons and he needs a running game. Like that's when we've seen him at his best. That's when we've seen him at his most efficient. All of that sort so yeah, I think your head. So he needs to get paid. So I can tell you right now, if they don't get CD Lamb paid and in that building,
All hell is gonna break loose.
all hell will break loose at the end of the season. I mean, they're not going to be god awful, but they're just not going to be. They're going to have a mediocre season to their standards. Is going to be very disappointing for them. But it's like we don't see this a mile away. They got their asses handed to them at home as the favorite against the Green Bay Packers last year, and they have not done anything to improve that team.
That is very true.
So I've never been a believer in Mike McCarthy.
You said that even when he was in Green Bay, when he had Aaron Rodgers.
I said that when they first hired him. I said, "What are you doing?" But he
Yeah, but
got
this is year number 4 for him.
yeah, because really it's like he only won one Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, which he should be. Like so anyways. But
She said. So to answer your question, Walter, there you are. We both think
no,
that.
yeah, no, I didn't get to the first part. Sorry, real quick. This will be quicker. I'm not going to continue. Um, what I think will happen is Jerry Jones will pay Dak money. Do I think he should? Absolutely not. I think that he should let Dak play out this season, become an unrestricted free agent, and then show him the door. And let somebody else make that horrible
It's not.
mistake of overpaying him. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would already be on my search for my next quarterback. Let him
I
go.
move on, Martha. Move on.
In short, let me be clear. Dallas Cowboy fans, Hear me now. You will never win a quarterback. Excuse me, you will never win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott at quarterback.
Or as long as Jerry Jones is still alive.
I mean, even a broken clock is right twice a day, but um, if the fact that they have to pay him so much, and with the ball and chain that puts on the salary and your ability to form a roster, and the what it requires for Dak to be successful, I just don't see it. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think it's time to move on from that. Let him go do something else. Let this be his make or break here. If he doesn't prove it this year, then let's cut our ties where we can while we still got some young talent in depth to do so, and send him and Mike out the door. Y'all both go holding hands together, skipping on down the road. If you ask me,
Mm-hmm.
y'all both join hands in this thing called football and roll on out. You know, I like you. I don't believe Mike McCarthy. That 2 years, 3 years in a row, y'all have been first place exits, and y'all do it at home in grand fashion. Whatever reason, y'all get this home field game, and then all of a sudden it's home field exit, so you ain't got to go far, but up the road. And then well, it's not our fault. It's blah 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 blah. It's everybody's fault, but whose fault it should be. And then it's who will Mike McCarthy be fired? And 3 days later, he's back in the building, and his keys still work. So it's y'all have got to get. And and I think me and Kenny have said this to you guys, and a few of y'all wrote in to say it's not Jerry Jones runs that team from front to bottom. I don't, it's not who Mike McCarthy thinks is best for the team. It's not who the offensive coordinator. It's who Jerry Jones wants, and if he goes, that's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as 98-year-old Jerry Jones is running the show, I just don't think y'all are going to go very far because he still thinks somehow or another he's in the early 90s.
Yeah.
That's what ran Jimmy Johnson off. That's what
Mm-hmm.
ran, you can't own the team and run. Let me, you hired me to coach. You need to hire me to coach and kiss ass. That's not how this works. So I listen, Mike. I think you're a C plus coach, but I also think you just got the shit in the stick, and you just wanted a new job.
Well, who you said?
Mike McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
But here's what I'm really excited about, guys. The NBA schedule was released today, and we're coming off of unprecedented Celtics run that was amazing. But it is released on October 22nd. The Celtics take on the Knicks, who we know got uh Mikal Bridges. I call him the Villanova Five.
Yeah.
All but Julius Randle. Everybody but Julius Randle. It's the Knicks plus Julius Randle. That's how I'm calling them.
The
Because
Knicks
literally,
push it. You're bad.
it's the truth. Though. Think about it. The Knicks are I think the Knicks are literally going to be. I do think it's the Knicks and without Julius Randle, because it's
Okay.
Mikal Bridges, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and then the dude in the middle. So they got Nick Claxton from Brooklyn. So what point does Julius Randle serve? None whatsoever.
Well,
Um,
that's how you really
but
feel
Kenny,
about
I have a
it.
question for you. Are we looking forward to a second year in season tournament? I know I am.
I mean, looking forward to is a strong word.
You're so awful, children.
Well, let me just be honest. Like looking forward to is a very strong word. It's more like um would be delighted by one, but looking forward to.
I mean, it's something new. It's something different.
Right.
So
It's one of those things. It's like I wouldn't. I wouldn't be paying attention to basketball at that point without it. So,
the Atlanta Police Department has arrived.
how you figure out that? Yeah.
I see Atlanta Police Department has arrived. Uh,
Yeah.
but anyway, but yeah, I'm excited for the NBA return. I think, but I'm be real honest with y'all. I'm really excited for the NFL to return. So I ain't even gonna sit in for it. I ain't gonna even sit in. the NBA takes the backseat until like January.
I mean, like I'm just saying, like, and not just for us. That's pretty much how it goes.
You know, when the NFL is here, it's like in NFL, college football, kind of all wrapped into one. So everybody's focused on Saturdays and Sundays is football. The bars are back full. People are wearing their good sweaters, uh, drinking up a storm. Thank you, Jesus. Uh, you know, my house is full of fall shit. It just that's how it goes. Sidebar: before we move on, we went to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Amazon.
Uh-huh.
Queen decorations and 300 some odd damn goddamn dollars later. You'll be here for the party when you'll see it. It's a lot.
Okay.
Uh, but yes. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the NBA season. Like I said, I knew the schedule was released today. The reason why I'm looking forward to it because there's a lot of new faces and a lot of new places. But here's the question though, and I'm going to say out loud who I think the NBA scoring champion will be. Because last year it was LeBron, wasn't it?
Uh,
I'll find out. The 2023 is the 2020. Would it be 23 or 24?
okay.
Here it is, right here. That went to Luka Doncic, and that leads me to my next statement. I think he will do it again in 2024. That's my baby, you know.
Yeah, I lost you. What did you say?
You need to pay attention.
No, I couldn't hear you.
I said Luka Doncic will be the scoring champion in 2024.
Oh, okay. All right, I guess. You lose me when you start with that foolishness. Like nobody is with you on that.
I'm glad this show's almost over. I'm real tired of your ass. Luka Doncic is amazing.
I never said he wasn't amazing, but I mean, it's like,
Anyway, boys, gays, and all things between. It is time for one of our favorite segments that my good sister developed, and I just added some words to it and maybe the title. But she, once she puts her green stamp on it, we can all make a move. It is time for chocolate milk with salt. We have not had one since we've been on the video version of this show, and so it's going to be good.
okay.
We have Selena from Orlando, Florida. She would like to know, with 4 months left to go in the year, what two goals that we have not achieved that we would like to achieve before the year is out?
Hmm.
Oh, I got my two.
I've got, I got to. Okay, I'm ready.
I'll go first. I would like to get married this time. I would like to get married. I really, really would. The fuck? The shit. A bitch would like to get to the altar. I'm 45 years old. Mama would like to get to the altar.
Oh, I was not ready. I was not ready.
Mama just, I listen.
Okay.
I just,
I'd like to actually get married this time.
I actually like to become Mrs. Glenn Reeves Camp. That's what I would like to do. Shit. Nah. We're getting tired now. And second, now that I've gotten that out the way, uh, but I would love to continue on my weight loss journey. Kenny, you would like to know I also do a little exercise. Well, working at work, but between a little running. So I am there. But I am 220 pounds. For those of you that did not know, your girl is no longer in the eyes of the medical law diabetic. I went to that struggle from being 266 pounds now down to 220. You think she wasn't wearing clothes before? She really ain't gonna wear nothing now. But I definitely like who I am at this health journey that I've been on. So I want to continue that because it's been fun. I never thought that I would say a health journey can be fun, but yes, ma'am, after thighs out, honey, because they have been. I'm gonna stop. I had bought recently. Well, I made my husband buy them because I just like when men buy me 2.5 inch inseam. My husband said, "Where the fuck are you going with those?" I said, "Out the
That's
streets."
underwear.
No, it's not.
That's underwear. Two and a
No, it's
half
not.
inch seam. That is underwear.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Have you seen your shirts drip down to your nipples and you tell me that's a shirt?
I didn't say it was a shirt. You trying to convince me these are shorts?
Yeah. I have a pair that's as thick as fuck. Anyway, anyway,
I'm not judging. I'm just stating facts here.
I hate when the fact that my sister's an attorney, she decides to want to be, actually want to be legal terms. That's some shit. The right after say Kenny wears thighs high, she does.
And
Just say talk shit about. Anyway, but yeah, those are the two things that I would like to do. One is yes, get married. So uh, now that I've said it out loud, let's make it happen, America. And second of all, yes, I would love to continue on this her journey. It's been fun for me. Uh, I actually have taken a great liking to water and stuff with zero sugar in it. I never thought I would say that, but yeah, those are the two things that I would love, Selena. It's been great for me, so I'll go and pass it over to my good sis.
I guess so. The first one is run a 5K. We'll see if that works out, but I am actually working towards that. Now 5K, 10K a minute. I
Y'all,
did.
pause. That bitch looked the other direction, rolled her eyes, and had a smirk. So, which means we're gonna push that to 2025. We're not gonna run that in
Anyway,
2020.
no, because I did the 5K. So
Did you
you know,
finish?
so yeah, I did first. Um, I mean, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I do plan to do that. I guess the second thing is um, it's less exciting, but I want to. I doing a course with Columbia in construction finance. So I want to finish that for the end of the year.
All right, bitch. I don't know what it is, but it sounds real bougie and white. It sounds real bougie and white. Here for it. I like when we try new shit.
I know I
Um,
sit here and talk shit with you all like and yeah, every once in a while, and even if I am a career girl.
bitch, so am I gonna work? I got a career. I got two of them. I just used only one of them. Shit. Uh, be tired in the evening. I listen, honey. I'm a marketing manager. I am a real estate agent part of the time when I feel like being one, and I'm somebody's wife, son. I have a lot of shit, honey. I'm fine, but yes, I am so happy for you. Um, but yes, I think those are great things. We do have 4 months left to go, y'all. It's really strange to see that. It seems like 2024 just flew the fuck by. Uh, But Kenny, we do have one more thing that I want to run by, and I did talk to this person through email, but I told them that
Hmm.
I would run by you first because we are technically not a political show. But Larry from Scottsdale, Arizona, would like to know. There's a lot of LGBTQIA that don't know where to go to vote. Can we put that on our page?
Yes, absolutely.
Um, and because he did put in his email, I'll read his email to you guys. He says, "Hi, my name is Larry. I will be a first-time voter." He is 19 years old. He said there are a
Okay.
lot of people in the community that are wondering somewhere if you're not registered to vote or where do you register to vote? Can there be a place on the link because you guys are an outlet for us listening and watching? Can it be seen to where to go to register to vote? Just and not to talk about it, but like where's a link to where people might be able to register to go?
Oh, God, yeah. Okay. Well, no, we'll definitely. I'll talk with Ashton about helping us with that.
Get in a link.
We'll
Yeah,
definitely do
just
that.
so
But real quick, the answer is vote.gov. Very easy.
yeah, the vote.gov.
Vote.gov.
Yeah,
It has a whole. You can register to vote, update your registration, find out where you
polling place
nationally,
start.
state, local elections, where you vote based on your address, all that. Very easy, very good website.
But we also know, the kids, the Gen Zs these days, they just want to see it. They click on a link, hyperlink, and keep it moving. So
Right.
I get you, Larry. I definitely get you. And of course, I wanted to mention that to Kenny online, and so that maybe we can get the word out there for people who, it's just younger because we are younger. We do attract younger gays, and we are happy for that. But
We haven't started talking about it as much as we have done in the past. But yes, we fully please y'all vote.
And
Um,
watch the Beyonce show at the Democratic National Convention. Y'all watch Beyonce on Thursday. Next Thursday. Sorry, I
what is
couldn't
she
resist.
performing?
Yeah.
Is that confirmed?
Yes. She, right before Kamala comes out.
Word.
She go,
Um,
listen, y'all, I'm gonna watch all 19 days. It's only 4, but still, I feel like it's gonna be long. I'm
I'm
gonna watch
sorry,
it.
I'm not watching any of that. Like, I'll
But
see
I
what I
do
need.
want to see the Beyonce concert known as the DNC.
I'm sure they'll put a clip of it on YouTube or something.
But yeah, we'll do that. It's please, like Kenny said, go out and do it. November's coming. Because I'm like the color purple, and they say we ain't going back until you do right by me. I just like the color purple. Fuck it. But yes, we are getting very, very close to NFL Week 1. So here's what we're gonna play that game we played last year, Kenny.
Okay.
I was shamed very
Hmm.
much. I was shamed. It was y'all shamed me really, really bad. Uh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, you probably will never be forgiven, but
They did make us look real bad in that, but on that
yeah,
one.
they did because we talked much shit and they won a division and a playoff game. I said they just I had to eat crow for like 2 fucking weeks. I was mad.
Yeah.
I was like, bitch, I am upset. But
Anyways,
so for those of you that don't know that were not with us last season or very new to the show, what I normally do is sports betting is legal in Louisiana. But anyway, we just kind of make you guys send us what you think each division, who in the division will be the division winners. I tallied them up over the course of the next few weeks. And right before the season starts, because I have to do it before the season starts, I placed a cute little wager, and whoever is closest to the correct will receive $100 $100 Fanatics gift on us. So no one won last year because we all lost because of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But hey, blame them, not us. But it was fun because we got to talk, we got to laugh, we got to interact with you guys. Uh, So yes, and for those of you that don't believe, guys, if Chris got his and he loves it. Remember when it was
yeah.
Cincinnati? Never forget it. So we were able to do that. So we want to get back to some of that. And this was fun last year because, as I said again, we each week we tallied up, and I was like, oh, the in the lead is this, the Saints or the Falcons or whoever it was. And we did a final tally before the season started and where we're going. So I would like to do that again because it's fun.
All right, so let's go ahead and make that official then.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and
We'll
get that out.
do the contest similar to last year, where we ask the listeners just to
Who
send in
will
your
win in each
picks for
division?
each divisional
Yep.
winner
And I'll
for the
start
end.
tallying with starting next week. I'll send out of who's tallied, how many teams were where we are.
And what's the
And
last date that we want
so I want all submissions by the season starts officially on
September
the
9th, right?
no. The very first game is on Thursday, so I have to have it done by
September
that
2nd.
correct. So I have to have it done by the 4th. So let's do everything in by the 4th. Everything in by September the 4th. That way I can make final tally. And that the 4th is actually the day that we get notes and everything, and we can record on Thursday Night Football, which that game is the Ravens and the Chiefs. So it'll be a good time to record and do and watch the game at the same time.
That sounds like fun.
If you're available. So, but I just want because I realize that's a Thursday as well. We do have a Friday night game. It's a San Paulo game there in Mexico, the Packers and the Eagles.
Okay. You
Yeah.
said
So
Sao Paulo, that's Brazil.
oh my bad. That's pretty not smart.
I was curious. I was like, wait.
At least she thought I was there. um, but with that being said, we have come. Do we have anything else left?
No, I think that should be it. At least I don't have anything else.
Huh?
I don't have anything else.
All right. Well, as we say, Jerry, we have come to another end of another fabulous episode of Who Dat Rises Up Sports Talk with the Gay Twist. I am, of course, Glenn Reeves. You guys always know where to find us with my good sis, Kenny Ray. Of course, Instagram, who_dat rises up. Facebook, Kenny and Glenn at Who That Rises Up. Our email, whothatrisesUp@gmail.com. We once again want to thank our lovely editor, producer Afton. She is doing great work. She pushes the record button, makes us look fabulous. Because without her, we wouldn't be here. Trust us and believe. Uh, but she makes this look easy, and she makes us look good. So we thank her for that. But when it gets close to time, we will be back next week and we'll be on time because again, I don't have anything next week, Kenny. So my schedule is actually clear. I practice on Wednesday, but we can record on Thursday if everybody's available. So yet again, I will be on time. And guess what? I even moved it up and I was ready.
Anywho, you know that
But we will
we've
be
got
back next week with a lot of more fuckery, a lot of more sports, and also a lot more love. As I say to you guys each and every episode, sports is for everybody, including you. Good night, everybody.
good night, everyone.